Okay, welcome back to the motor house. I think I left off last time with I hadn't finished tools, so let's finish up tools. Basically, just to recap, we got sockets for the lower ones. I've made this, which will hold the sinker on the 5th gear on the bottom, so it will keep everything from spinning, so we can put a little bit of torque to loosen the nuts. Slide hammer with adapter. This adapter is meant to go down here after you move the nut, and this will take out the lower shaft. So this is what I have made on the lathe. Last item on the lathe. And I had a couple of options that I was working on for getting out this first motion shaft. The issue was, I had cut the block, I was ready to mill the block to go in here and clamp it down and then be able to hook up the slide hammer and yank it out with a lot of force. I kept thinking that there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to put controlled pressure to pull it out. So I took a bearing separator. So the bearing separator will go over, hold on to there when I tighten it, and I have a couple of spacers for everything to slide on, and I will set up these, which will let the force be dispersed. Put one of them on either side, and then I can pull the whole first motion shaft out when I'm ready. So I think this is probably going to be a more gentler way of doing it without a lot of immediate force from the slide hammer. So basically just double nuts in order to lock these will act as swivels. The plates in order to distribute the force on here, and then I will turn it by the double nuts on there, so that should pull it out. That's the plan. You can always go back to the other way if I had to, but that's kind of been how I've worked out what I think is going to be the best way. Now, a few things before I get started on this. I think I can leave this whole top cluster in place. I don't think I have to take out the selector rod either, because all the issues are in this front section here. And according to the book, you take the back section off after you take the nuts off. Take this off, pull the lower shaft out, which will drop the counter gear, and then you take out the first. So, and then after that, you take the top cluster out. So if I don't need to take this top cluster out, because I didn't have any problems with synchros, and I'll say that with a caveat. At the time, I didn't have any, but you never know what'll happen. It's a, it's a Lotus, it's a transmission, anything can happen in the future. So, to solve just the vibration, I think I can leave this, which will save a lot of work for putting it back together, taking it apart. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to get the bottom off, get this off, and then start rebuilding the bearings and all that I have to from there. So, and there it is. Oh, there goes the front. Okay, there went the front. All right. Whew. All right, now maybe it'll take a longer bar for the back. And the front is left-hand thread, and the back is right-hand. I gotta fix the camera so it doesn't fall over on me again. Alright, so I did get the nut off. It took the air ratchet. So, air gun, take it off. I put a piece of pipe on the bar and it still wasn't doing it, so it was very noisy running the air compressor because it's not far from where I am here. So I just stopped it and got it off that way. So, nuts off. Now, nut on the front. Still have to get the rest of the way off. It's loose, but yeah, because it's reverse thread. And set that back up on there. This stuff in safe place. That tool was done for the moment. That's done for the moment. That's done. That's done. Okay. Now, need to get this out of fifth. Okay. Just trying to get the lock tab to come out. So I can start taking the rest of the fifth assembly off. Okay, lock tab's out. And okay, lock tab. And let's put everything related to the fifth in there. In there. Just curious, are we picking all this stuff up? Let's see. All right. Now I have to take. Let's see. This off. Nope. Nope. It is 7/16. And then let me go grab some Allen. Ta-da, 1/8 inch. Goes in there. Okay. All right. So. There's that. Spacers on the inside. Now, probably the best thing for me to do is go get 2 zip ties and keep that together as assembly. Yep, more stuff for the bench, for the workbench here. There. That's nice. Maybe it won't fit in there. Okay. Next. Okay, yep, and snoops. Alright, so I'm thinking. Alright, that's in the way. So. Alright, I did make a. I'll back this up. Alright, small mistake. Let me go get a pair of pliers. Cut that. I gotta put that back on temporarily at least. For the delay. We're still rolling. Okay. Yeah, this has to go back on because I cannot get this gear to go past that gear. So I do have to take this off. I don't have to take shaft out, but I do have to take that nut off and that off in order to slide this gear out. So this goes back on temporarily in order to be able to lock it with the tool. Okay, that can probably stay off. Okay. think I'll put the nut on just so it stays. Just do finger it tight. Okay. Line that up to the bottom. That. Lock that back on, and that, this. Okay. Okay, so I hope we're rolling again. Yeah, it looks like we are. Okay. I can't see to know what's happening with it sometimes. Okay, so, yes, I did have to get the top nut off, and so I checked with the book, and it is a this top is also a left-hand thread, so you gotta take it the other way, which helps this lock down. So, yes, this came in handy again. So now I can take that off, and I can take this assembly back, take it back off. Oh, that's right. Had that nut on hand tight. So, take this assembly, keeping that together. So, pull this off, then this gear can come off with its spacer in there. Put that in there, and just, I'm going to say that can go back on, and that big nut in. Temporarily, there's no sense in doing that. That's fifth. Make sure we have no circlip. Okay. Next, okay, that's off. Push out the roll pin, securing the collet to the reverse idler shaft. Release the locating screw in the reverse idler shaft of the casting. Sorry for my head. Push it out, secure the reverse, release the locating screw. Okay, so I have to go get a punch, a long punch. Lots of punch, it's getting a long punch that'll get me down in there. big straight screwdriver. Small straight screwdriver, how's that? Nope. Nope. Doesn't do it. Okay, back to this. Also, possibly. Nope. Oh, need a little coil. Need some coil. Okay, and the shaft, are we still rolling? That's what the mirror's for. See if we're still rolling. Yes. Got a lot to edit out of this, I guess, to make it shorter. Okay, the orientation of the shaft, it's got a large slot cut for a straight screwdriver. So the orientation right now is at 2 o'clock. So just to give that, in case I need to put it back like that. Now, I'm not sponsored by Croyle, but I have to tell you, it is some of the best stuff that I have ever used. So that now works. So I'm going to need to get I'm kind of have to turn, so I don't know. Get it out. So to get that out, let's try a little light tapping. Not working. Okay. So how? Just says take it out. So to lever that out of there, leverage. There we go. Little leverage. Yes. A little bit of leverage. Try to push some more while turning, maybe. Do I have to take this all the way out? I don't know. Doesn't say. There's that. Let's put a little coil in there, just in case. Maybe I've got to work the shaft back and forth to get it to loosen up enough to come out. I've never done this before. Let me go get a different tool. Try that. Sometimes wood. Oh, there we go. There's that. Now, still got to get that to go out the rest of the way. So maybe some light taps. Light taps to get it to come out. Ooh, it's still oil in there, yes. Okay, so there's the shaft reduces down, which goes into the other holder, and I am up against a shoulder that the fifth gear, the reverse gear, is on, and I'm tapping lightly on that shoulder to bring the shaft out. There, now it frees up. Not all the way. Now the little collar that has the pin in it, which, yeah, I've got to go back over and get another tool. I'm going to go get some long needle nose so it doesn't drop all the way into the bottom. Long needle nose. Are we still rolling? Because it's a little rough. Yep, we're still rolling. Great. Okay. So the collar that the roll pin is in, I didn't push it all the way out to drop it. I left it in a little bit. And so the collar here has a chamfer end, and that goes towards the front of the box, the chamfer end. Okay? Just saying so. Chamfer end goes that way. Doesn't say that in the book, but there is a different side to it, and that goes to the front. So let me get another pin right here. So this way, leaving the pin in also helps when I put it back in. All I have to do is drive the pin down without trying to find the pin in the bottom. Okay, pulling the shaft, and fifth gear should drop out too. Okay. Now it's down there. So the fun part putting this back together is getting fifth to stay in place while you get shaft in. That's going to be a trick. Yeah, that's going to be a trick. Okay. So, fifth. And it just says move the shaft and collar. Okay, well this, I don't want to lose this. So let's put it back in there. That's the little grub screw. So let's put it back so it doesn't get lost. Okay, yep, so you do have to have it orientated for the grub screw to line up correctly. Yes. Let's pick that. So that is again at the 2 o'clock. Now, to the book. To the book. With the adapter screwed into the rear lay shaft, pull the lay shaft together with the rear bearing. As the lay shaft removed, the lay gear in its spacer will drop to the bottom of the casing. Okay. So, that's this. We'll see. Goes on there pretty well. Didn't go on the shaft in the spare parts bin well. I have a feeling when that one was taken apart by a shop, they pounded on it with drifts to try to get it out instead of making an adapter and pulling out slide hammer. So, question is, will that fifth gear get in the way at all getting this out? Okay, I just dropped it down to the bottom, hopefully out of the way. All right. So the next is the slide hammer. According to the book, just a little bit loose. And I did make these adapters in aluminum so that if anything happens, they will be sacrificed and not any of the steel threads on the shaft. So that's, I did that. That's in there pretty good. Okay, let's hope for the best. Start to move. It is starting to move. Yep. Yep, it's starting to move out. Trying to be gentle with it. There it is. There she is. Look at that. Love it when a plan comes together, don't Twitch? Yes. Okay. A little bit of metal came. I have to check that out. A little sliver. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Little sliver of aluminum came out. Don't know why. Okay, so there's that shaft. And yes, the other shaft dropped. Did exactly what they said it would do. So, look at the book. The book now says to take the take the first motion shaft out. Just get that out of the way. I would like to just, I think a little, just to give it a little bit of a, there. Just wanted to, okay, tighten up a little bit. It's turning up there anyway, so so none of this will decompress when I do this. All right, so now let's take the front. So I'm going to hit stop and then start up again. Okay, we are back and running. Yep. So, yes, the bottom's out. Happiness. It worked. According to the book, yes, it worked. Okay, now I got to get the front taken out. So, let's get the tools I don't need out of the way. First thing, let's get the bearing separator tightened up. This is when a second set of hands would be really nice, but don't have it. Lots of friends have offered to help, and I appreciate all their offers. I do. I really do appreciate my friends. I just wasn't sure when I get this started, so get them tapped in there. Okay, so let's see. What are we seeing in the? So I know what we're doing. Do we see it? Yeah. Okay. So on the front of this, tighten this up a little bit. Yeah, you gotta see my head because I gotta look down and see what's happening. All right. So, oh, I gotta get that spacer I made and put in there. Yep, that's the next thing. Get that made and get that and get in there before I do any more. But this looks like it will work out well. These pieces of metal to distribute the force are up against the collar for the bearing, so they won't interfere with the bearing coming out. And I think that will work out real well. I just have to pause this and go get that piece to put in there. But I think we're doing well right now. Yep, we are doing well. I hope. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before, and of course I'll be wrong again at some point, but I hope I'm not at this time. So I'm going to hit pause, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I have put in the spacer that I've made and tapped it in there. So get this reset now. think I'm set. All right, I do think I'm set. So. It's working. Just for that delay. Wrong way. Yes, I'm a little nervous about this. Keep that tight in there. Yes, it's moving. Yes. But it's coming out cockeyed, which isn't good. So let's see if I can get more on this side. Now it's starting to even up, but didn't like that. Okay, we're evening up more. It's working. It's working well. Just keep that staying in. I had thoughts of welding those spacers to the plate. Maybe the spacer would have turned better. I'm relying on it to spin there. If I had some thrust washers, it would have really been nice there. I can see it moving. I know they say slide hammer, but I'm very happy to not put that much force on everything. The question is, are we still filming? Yes, we're still filming. I know people probably say to flip the phone around and use the face side for filming, but the cover on the phone won't permit that because there's a holder on the back, so yeah. There we go! Hey, hey! Don't we love it when a plan comes together? Alright. Hopefully I don't have to do this often in the future. Of course, I have 4 elites. I hope this is not something I'll have to repeat. Okay, first motion shaft. Come on. Here we go. And there is the offending bearing. Yes, the offensive bearing. That's it. That is the offensive bearing that takes all the wear. Little tiny thing. Can you imagine they really designed this thing with the load that goes through this transmission really relies on this small bearing. Oh, they'd have made something a little bigger, a little stronger. It definitely would have been better engineering. But all right, so this, hey, see the adapter there? And there. Oh, and you cannot use all the way around because the lower counter gear is up in that area. So you really just have to put that in. So let's see. Let's see. Might have to pull that out on the bench. Yeah. Might have to pull that out on the bench. Yep. This bearing could have come back a little in pressing. Yeah. So when I separate it on the bench, we will have everything. And there's the bulk ring. So bulk ring should, let's get the bulk ring back in there. There we go. Hold it in there. Piece of wood, maybe? Yes. Okay. So that's there. This is what I have to change the bearings on, and that is all done on the bench. I have to hold it in the vise in order to get some of this stuff out. Okay, I think I'll pause here.